Hi there, nice you're watching. Today we are about to explore the garden of Montes de Perin, the garden of Roel and Petra, and I managed to create some pages about this garden. We've been here for a couple of weeks, and already in the first few days I've been walking around in the garden, and we also did some longer walks, but I focused on the plants and trees that were in this garden. And one of those trees is an amazing olive tree which is over 80 years old. This tree had an illness and they tried to fix it by cutting away the parts where little bugs were in it, and they covered it with some kind of foam. Another weird plant in this garden, I call it creature, is the agave. And the agave blossoms each 7 years, and after that it will die. Maybe not when you take away the stick that's in the middle. I thought it looked a bit like an asparagus. So I walked in the garden and I had my little sketchbook with me and I drew these plants. I selected 4 of my favorite plants and I painted them on this original spread. Here I have some sketches that I've been creating in the garden, and this is called the elephant's ear. Maybe I want to do that on another page. I haven't done it on my art journal pages yet. These are the flowers of the elephant plant and another leaf. And the shape is so wonderful and it's hairy, soft. It's a really nice plant. And maybe I want to do just some details on my pages. It's kind of pattern-like style. And here I have one of my favorite. It's a cactus, and this is the one that I've been creating afterwards. But this was my first attempt to draw it, sorry. And this is looking like a black leaf, a black page, and it's charcoal actually. And what I've been doing, I created several sketches of the olive tree, and I really loved this sketch and I wanted to have it straight on my page. And this is a way to copy your work. So what you do is you grab your sketch and on the back of it you put charcoal all the way, and especially where you drew something. So here, these spots you can leave blank because it won't do anything. And then you uh, lay it down on the place where you want to have it, the area where you want to have it. You can use some tape so that it doesn't go in another direction and it stays in the same place. Then you simply take a pencil and you draw the lines once more. So remember which ones you already drew and which ones you still have to do. And then you can't see it in this drawing, but the charcoal is getting right onto your page and you can draw it with a new pencil. You can overlap it with paint easily. So it's a very cool way to make a copy of something that you really love. And of course, this one is smaller. It was a large tree, so not everything was fitting into the sketch pad. But now I extended it a little so it is in the original shape. It was a really fun thing to do. And then I stumbled upon these wonderful hibiscus plants in the garden of Roel and Petra. They were a bit more bright pink, but I love this color very much. So I added this color in. This was originally the same background as this. So I wanted to integrate the things, well, I wanted to make it a more cohesive thing. So I added this color also around the olive tree. This is the weird plant I've been talking about, the asparagus. It's an agave and it's a really nice thing to draw. And what happened, accidentally, there was some pink and brown paint into my green. I think it was in my water jar, but I found it turned out really nicely, so I kept it this way. So it's a good thing when you have colors mixed into, well, the opposite colors like green and red. I also put, I didn't put green into my red and orange things, but I did put red into the green of those, well, leaves. I even put some pinkish red brown into the olive tree to make some shades of that. So I found it a very nice way. And because here was a little orange, I wanted to let the orange come back on my right page as well. So I created this pattern. Behind me, there's a wonderful lemon tree. And what I found very exciting about this tree is that it's blossoming and having fruits at the same time. I didn't know that. Maybe you did, but I didn't. It was very nice to see the lemons hanging, and at a given moment, we joined Roel and Petra plucking these, harvesting those to make our own limoncello. And this page here is all about creating the limoncello. Here you can see the blossoms and the buds of the lemon. And here is one lemon hanging behind the leaves. And here you see the full tree. I always love it when you have a tree in different kinds of periods, different, well, you see the blossom, the fruit, the leaf, and the full tree. I also did, I think, the project with a birch tree, and then I also had the bark, but it's impossible to get some bark from this one. Maybe I can add a lemon leaf, and it's impossible to put a lemon inside as well, but these are actually the real lemons. They're not looking like you buy them in the supermarket, right? I had a challenge with the right page. It was for me very hard to find exactly a nice thing which I could add next to the already created page on the left. And it was mainly because there were so many colors in the fabric. I will show you the fabric on another page. So it's blue, it's green, it's pink, it's gray, it's black, it's orange, it's yellow, it's everything. The full rainbow is included. So I thought it was a bit messy, but on the other hand, I didn't want to harm the nice pattern that was in this page. So I thought I have to make it something of my own. I want to do it in a unique way, but I don't want to overlap it. I tried it on this page to do it with paint, and I don't really like that. I can't say this one is finished because I haven't done anything on it except this hole and this paint. So this is, well, you will see it hopefully in one of my next videos what I've been doing with that. But this one, it was a rainy day or cloudy day at least, and it was very cold. I think it was like 11 degrees in daytime. Most of the time it's already warm with 11 degrees, but the sun wasn't shining, so it was very cold. And Roel invited us to, Roel's the owner, and he invited us to make limoncello. And I just dived into the process. I plucked lemons with Roel and Petra, and then we washed those. We went inside their house. It was comfortable and warm, and we enjoyed a glass of wine. And then we started to grate the lemons, and we only used the yellow skin and put them in a jar, a big jar, because we needed to add some vodka. And now it has to be kept in a dark place for 2 weeks. And then we have limoncello. Oh, no. First we have to add some sugar and a little water. And then we have our limoncello in this nice bottle. So if you be there on this place, you can buy your own limoncello. And we had some from last year. So it was very nice to drink. And it was also a good solution for this page to create a how-to step-by-step plan. How to make jello limoncello. And yeah, this was my guideline for measuring the squares for my plan, and it was just removing some colors that were coming back each time. I was looking to this page and I saw there was no orange in that page. So what I've been doing is removing all the orange parts to keep it more calm and to keep it, to keep it more calm for the eye. So I thought this was a wonderful solution for this page. I had some struggles with the background of the fabric because it was too wonderful to work on. I actually created this one before I did the how to make your own limoncello, and I was thinking about the colors here. I put some colors on my palette and I made a background with a roller. Wasn't satisfied, did it again. Wasn't satisfied, did it again. And then I thought it would be nice to have a kind of Rothko-like area, and then I put another area above. But then suddenly this landscape came up and I thought, it's nice. It's nice to keep this almost in the same color, but not even. And there's still colors that are also in the fabric right here. The pink is a dominant color in the fabric. So it was, for me, a very good page. I didn't want to do too much on it, but it happens to be, I found some little threads that I can use for in this, to add to this landscape. And I also cut a little square out of the fabric, which you can't see because I put this one on the other side, but I think I will do something with fabric, overlapping it with fabric. Maybe I want to add, some other colors. And this one, I found it great to have it in the landscape to give these pages a relationship as well. Loose from just the color scheme, it's good to have another connection. For some pages, I don't know whether they finished or not, and that's the case with this one. I was struggling a little with the fabrics on these pages, and I thought it is sometimes good to approach it in a simpler way, because sometimes it's just too hard when you try to do too many new things, and I need to get back to where it's all about the joy of painting. So in this page, I wanted to experience that again. And do you feel like you struggle in your art, you get stuck because you have, maybe negative thoughts about yourself, you're not able to get kind of confidence and find your inner voice that says, it's completely good. Just take a step back and take less colors, then it's easier. Don't work with too many hard things. Sometimes we're just too hard for ourselves. And I really thought, like, am I a beginner or something? I am not a beginner. But that beginner's mindset often helps me, instead of feeling like, oh, I'm a beginner. It helps me to stay open and fresh and learn new skills. And if you want that too, I am working on a membership, and I want to offer an assignment every other week. and you learn new things, but you also work on your mindset and your approach, how you approach being an artist. And it can feel very hard to create all kind of things, but it isn't really hard if you get back to yourself and get into the flow and go to the place where you love making art again. And that's, well, I think that's one of the most important things for me to give to you, that you can be inspired each week and or every 2 weeks, and you also join a community with lovely people, like-minded people who are all walking the same path a bit differently, but in the end it's kind of the same. We're all creative beings and we all want to create something new, and it can be good to join each other. And that's why we call this the Brave Art Collective, because we really are a collective. We are, well, like-minded souls who crave to make some new art and inspire each other. So if you want to join, I have a page on our Brave Art Academy website, and I will put the link down below. You can join the waiting list and no obligations. You just get the information as soon as the program is ready. So let's get back to this page. I simply had this background in colors that I really love. Keep it simple. I added these, well, kind of rusty colors. This is fabric, and this is also fabric with a little pattern. I did some layering with paper and also fabric. I think this is fabric too. These are some pieces of paper. This is from a music evening that I had with my singing lessons, and this is just a text that I wrote down the day I created this page. I think there will be some more things on this page. This isn't finished, but for now I can say it's really a page that I feel comfortable with. And the final spread I want to show you is about this wonderful tree behind me, the fig tree. Roel and Petra also make their own fig jam, marmalade, and this page is inspired by this label. I wanted to have this as a background color too. The brownish, well, rusty brown color. I also put some green, red and white into the background, and I thought the fig itself, the outside of the fig, could be Payne's grey. And then I was thinking, I saw this fig tree that's standing behind me a couple of times with a full moon or an almost full moon. And because it's winter and you only see the branches, I saw the moon shining through the tree, and I found it wonderful to create something something magical with the fig tree in the full moonlight. And for the ground of the image, I used the colors that are included in this. So green, pink, and pink isn't included, but it's the mixture. And red and green I used for these layers on the ground. And I really love that it's having a frame of a lighter color, because this is already dark. This is also already dark. And maybe I want to include a fig here, because then also the Payne's Grey is coming back on this page. Maybe I want to do something with patterns. Maybe I want to do something. I see a face here. I don't know what about you, but I see a face here. So maybe I can finish that. This is a page. I've been starting with it yesterday, but then we had visitors, so I quit working on the page. But I feel that it's almost completed. So if you like drawing and painting plants, I have an online class, an art journal class, and it's all about discoveries, and it's being in a place, in a particular place, and looking at your surroundings and looking for plants. You draw something out of nature, you collect something which you can dry, like a flower. You can create a pattern like this, and you add something that's created by people, for example, a basket that you are going to draw. But of course you can choose to just draw and paint some things out of nature. But this course really helps you to get a good composition in your work, to think about your colors. So for example, if you have an olive tree with grayish green leaves, what's a good background color? If you want to have contrast, what's a good color? You really think about all these kind of things, and the course is discounted right now. So if you want to join, please check out the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed my art journal spreads this time, and I hope of course to see you next time again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. The question for this week is, what is your favorite plant, and would you like to draw or paint this particular plant? And if you leave a comment, it really helps us reaching more people. I see you next time. Bye bye.